I'd like to have a special welcome to the public housing authorities who have joined us today. Welcome to the CDBG disaster recovery training. Appreciate your participation as well. Certainly we don't have tags on each of the tables, but I encourage you to meet with the representatives of your state agencies who have been here for most of the week so that you can touch base as well. I know several of you have already had some conversations and have already provided public comments. A few items to bring to your attention this morning that may be helpful. One, we're very pleased to announce the recent launch of our CDBG disaster recovery toolkits. One of the items of feedback, and some would argue criticism, that we've received is, given the extent of disaster recovery funds out there and the numerous disasters that have occurred, isn't there some repository of information that will help you launch a program so that you're not reinventing the wheel? And certainly your peer grantees, our grantees, have provided you with information in their experience. But if you go to HUD's One CPD Resource Exchange, this is on HUD's website. This was announced on I want to say last Friday. These toolkits focus on what we believe are 4 core areas. They're not certainly the exclusive list of disaster recovery activities, but they focus on 4 key areas, 4 key activities, as well as guidance on a needs assessment. The item on your screen is the web page with this information. You'll note the first item is the Disaster Impact and Unmet Needs Assessment. If you're looking for additional guidance and tips on preparing that unmet needs assessment, this website, the link will launch for this page, and you can find that toolkit. What we're really excited about, in addition to the Impact and Unmet Needs Assessment, are the program design and implementation tools. Each of these tools, homeowner rehab, buyouts, small business loan and grant programs, and the small rental rehab programs, provide you with 2 critical pieces of information. The first is that they walk through some considerations that you would need to have in mind as you consider launching this type of program, whichever of the 4 respective programs. The other is it gives you, for those who recall elementary school, we call them templates. I call them worksheets. Remember when you had homework from your teacher, and for those of you who can go back with me on the machine where the photocopy machine with the beautiful blue ink? Well, these are templates. These are templates that you can customize to your program, fill in the blank, modify so that you don't have to recreate applications, homeowner assistance applications, guidelines for homeowner rehab programs. These are templates from many of our existing grantees that have been reduced to specifics that you can use, so not the nuances of their particular program, but specifics that you can modify for your programs. I highly encourage you to go to this page and also to sign up for CPD's One CPD Resource Exchange mailing list. Traditionally, our unit has pushed out information via our staff and our CPD field offices, but if you want to ensure that you always get information once it's posted to the website or other information, please sign up. You will get a mailing. We maybe are considering doing something once a month, in addition just to our normal updates with the CPD field staff. But here's a great place where we're trying to push all of our information that you need to have. So I wanted to highlight that for you this morning. Again, each of these links opens up, and I'll use one example for buyouts, opens up into a series of tools and overviews and strategies that you would need to consider, in this case, in a buyout program. We're really pretty excited about it. We worked on it with our partners, and our grantees really made this happen. So I want to thank you. And I encourage you, one of the things that we do in monitoring is we're not only reviewing your programs, but we are trying to find out, is this something that other grantees can replicate? And this is how this information became part of this toolkit. As I call your attention to other items and we prepare for our other presentations, I want to note a few things, always a housekeeping item. First, there are evaluations on your tables. Please complete those evaluations. We really use that feedback. It's exactly the reason why our series of presentations and format looks the way it does this year. That's immediate feedback that we received from our participants last year. So please complete those evaluations. You can leave them at your tables, or there is a box in the back of the room, and it may be outside the door now, a little brown box, thank you, that allows you to place your evaluations in there. But we would really appreciate your feedback. We won't know what to do in any other training scenario without having some feedback from you, so I appreciate that. Two other items before we move into our overview of duplication of benefits. Things to consider as you are contemplating ways to ensure that disaster recovery dollars hit the ground quickly and are able to assist households. Some of the things that you use in the annual CDBG program, you may also want to consider as part of your disaster recovery program. Those things being, and this is something that's actually underutilized in the CDBG program, the lump sum drawdown for rehabilitation activities. This allows grantees to pull down funds for a specific set of rehabilitation activities in accordance with the guidelines. Not often used, but in this scenario, it may be a tool that grantees wish to consider. Another, and we heard this feedback from one of our newer staff members actually last night. A reminder of those of you who are partnering with private banks and lenders, looking at loan loss reserve. If you're dealing with a population or you're working with a population that you know may have difficulty obtaining private mortgages to buy homes elsewhere in the community, not only can you assist with home ownership assistance and down payment assistance, but perhaps you can bolster the community's support, private financial support with loan loss reserves. Just two little items I wanted to put into your mind for consideration as you're looking at ways to assist households post-disaster.